smile today? And that was the question that we were asking. Welcome, sis. Because I was saying that, you know, before we started the training, I wanted us to just breathe and just be grateful for today. Today I can see the sun and I'm quite grateful for that. So we're smiling and really enjoying today. And that's how we started today, just thinking about what we're grateful for. So let's just jump right in. Today we're looking at Microsoft Forms. We're looking at what it is and how we can really best utilize it in our practice to get the most out of this. Okay, so we're looking at what it is, and it is a simple, lightweight app to create surveys, quizzes, and polls. And for the purposes of this training, I'm differentiating polls and surveys. So polls today, we're looking at that as the simple, really quick, snappy ways that we can find out how people feel. So it could be how you're feeling today or check-in. And then for the surveys, it would be the more in-depth, the longer, probing ones that we could have open and closed questions to really get a feel of our participants or audience. And then quizzes, you know, it could be to summarize. I know that I was thinking in our situation for like church or pathfinders, it could be trying to find out what students know or what students feel about something or what students believe. So that's what we will be looking at today. And before I go on, I would like you to think about what your expectations are today. So I'll be asking you that. What do you want to learn? Because that will be helpful for me. If I don't answer any questions, that could be something that I do next time, or I will ensure that I do that. So the question is, today is, what are your expectations of the training today? Can you just unmute and let me know, please? What are your expectations today? What would you like to achieve in this and get from this training? Sister Yvette.
Yeah, as I was saying,
I would like to know what is Microsoft, also how it can help me.
Okay, so you'd like to know what it is and how it can help you. And I will be looking at those things today. So that's fantastic. Sister Yvette, you were saying?
Yes, what I was saying is I normally use Google Forms.
Yeah.
At school, and even I've tried to create something for Sabbath School on Google Forms. So it'll be good to see how I can transfer that information onto Microsoft, because having the lessons in breakout rooms now, I want to make recording quite easy for teachers. So it's something that I could also share with Papa and the others and Sanya as well.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
That's fine. So the next thing is, the next question is, sorry, I moved too far. Yes, is what can it be used for and by whom? Who would use it? So I have separated it into, if you are an educational institution, if you're a teacher, if you're a tutor, you could use it to create quizzes. You could collect feedback from teachers, parents, students. So if you think about what you offer, it can be used to collect feedback. It can be used to plan activities. Businesses or churches, it could be used to collect customer feedback, so feedback from the members. It could be used to measure how satisfied the members or participants in a course, how satisfied they are with what you have offered. And by extension, it will link to improving what you offer. So for me, Microsoft Forms is about using the information that you have received from the forms to really inform your practice, to really offer a better service. It could be also used to organize events. So those are just some of the few ways. We are going to be thinking about how we can use it in our own practice. And I think that's the next thing. So I'm going to put up the whiteboard and I'm going to hear from you. So I've given you a few ideas of how you could use it. And then I'm just going to collate that now. How could you use it for your own and apply that to your own situation? So if you, so I'll just say, how can we, and I'll just say MS forms. How can we use, because if we don't make it applicable to us, then it seems like, okay, what am I going to use this for? So what are our thoughts? How can we use this in our own practice and as a way forward? Because when we do a training, the best thing is to apply it. For it to really be of any use, you have to apply it to your practice. So how are we going to use it?
As an evaluative tool.
Yeah. And can you be specific on how you're going to use it as an evaluative tool? So yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm coming basically from church now. For Sabbath school, I'll be using it to capture people's views about what the Sabbath school is doing, and positively or negatively. So it's capturing their views on that.
Right? Yeah. And we need the negative comments, because don't think when you get a negative comment, it is bad. It is good. Because once you use it to inform your practice, because if someone says something is bad, your next step is to say, okay, how can I improve it? That's the next step. So as an evaluative tool, that's great. What else? And I'm going to put this, it could be just a check-in. Yes. And I find, because of our virtual services and even remote learning, I had to, as a teacher, use a lot of this to check in, to find out how are my students doing. And I found that they were more open to write it than to say, you know what, I don't understand, I'm not happy today, something happened, my dog, and it could be, sometimes it was some simple things like they wanted to talk about what was happening in their personal lives and how that was affecting, like they would be saying, oh, miss, my computer didn't work today, or it was crashing, and just saying, hi, I'm there. I might not be physically there with you, but I still care. You matter. So having a check-in. Sister Barbara, what do you think about using the Microsoft Forms in the children's Sabbath school? Any thoughts on how you could use it there?
I'm hoping to learn today how to plan activities and the classes. As you can tell, yesterday I struggled because I wasn't able to share what I had on screen with my adventure class. So I'm just hoping that I can learn how to, as I said, plan activities and to deliver the classes. Friends.
Your internet is coming in and out, Sister Bob.
Yeah, I have poor internet at home.
Yes. Do you know what?
But yeah, just start to plan activities and do classes. Yeah.
Do you know, I find if I tether it to my phone, I find that better, but it just uses up your data.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have evaluative tool, and that's something to work with. And what I'll do, I'll keep this and see if we come up with anything else that we want to add. Go ahead, sis.
Can you add recording and registration, please? Because that is one of my basic reasons for this.
Right, recording and registration. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to continue. So, you know, and as I said, this is very interactive.
Sorry,
you know,
Marianne has put in as a reporting tool for business.
Okay, so I'll put that, thank you. So I think I'll add that too. Let me go back to the whiteboard. Let's add that. Yes, so if you had a business and it's looking on it that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, thank you. So that. Okay, so if you can see how diverse it is, you can really utilize it to suit your needs. Okay, so we're going to go continue. I have gone through and spoken about some of it. So when you go on Microsoft Forms, this is what you will see. This is your page. So you can decide to click on a new quiz or a new form. They also have some pre-made templates. So if you had an event registration, you could go there, or customer feedback survey, you could go, or maybe a course evaluation survey. So they give you some templates as well. So you can look at and say, okay, I'm going to utilize this for my own. So I'm going to go over to a Microsoft. I'll stop sharing for a minute and I'll go over to a Microsoft form and do it live. Yeah. So I'm going to type in. So I'm just going into Microsoft Form. I know you're not seeing it, but I'll just get into Microsoft Forms, log on, and then I will continue. If I do it, Microsoft Forms login, but once you have a Hotmail account, you have Microsoft Forms. So
okay.
once you have a Hotmail account, right. When you type Microsoft Forms, you're going to go. It's basically your login is your Hotmail account, and that's what. Yes. So if you don't have a Hotmail account, you need to get one to get Microsoft Forms, basically.
Just Hotmail. What about Outlook?
Yeah, it's the same, isn't it? Outlook, it could be Outlook. Yeah, so it could be Outlook or Hotmail.
Right. Okay.
But mine is mine is Hotmail, but it's the same. But I'm going to start this from scratch. So I'm going to click New Form. And you click New Form, and this is what's going to come up, right? So you have an untitled form that you're going to give it a title. And I'm just going to give my title questionnaire, right? And then there's a description, and I'm just going to say, please answer the questions in as much detail as possible. Thank you. Right, so that's my description. Then you're going to start adding your questionnaire. So you click Add New, and you can either do a multiple choice, a text, a rating, or you could ask them something about a date. So when did such and such happen? I'm going to start with a liquort, and the liquort, you're going to see what that is when it comes up. Again, yeah. No, where is it? Let's try again. Right, there it is. If you notice, you have your options and going across. So your options is this is like a satisfaction survey, your Liquid survey. So for this one, if you think about it, it could be that you say something like strongly agree. The options should come up when I start to type strongly. Strongly agree that I'm going to start with. Strongly agree. And then, right, so you see and I'm going to say agree for the next one. And then for the next one, I'm going to say neutral. And then I'm going to say disagree and strongly disagree. So those are my 5 options going across. You can also put a picture. Oh, I haven't put the question yet. But so what's going to be my question? So my question is going to be, what do you enjoy? And I'm doing church services because, you know, I don't know, because that is, yeah.
Yeah,
of course, you can put, you can put whatever. So what do you enjoy most about orchestra? And then here, I'm going to put my statements. So is it the music? My options that I'm going to put. Is it the fellowship?
Yeah.
Is it, I'm going to add another statement and I'm going to put, is it the Sabbath school? Is Sabbath school? Or it could be that it is the sermons, the divine. And I'm going to put, so this gives you the option of looking at every aspect of the church service. And then when you go across, if they say they strongly disagree with all of them, then we have a problem, really, because it means that everything that we offer isn't, or if it's good when it's one that comes out as the one that is issue, then you can say, okay, that is the department, or that's what we need to focus on. So it could be praise and worship.
But I think at the bottom, if we're going to ask those questions, would you at the bottom add a qualitative statement to say, give reasons, or, you know? Yeah. So the next one, you could do a test one where they explain. So here, and that's a good, what did I do? Oh, I thought all of that went. Okay, so here, you could say, please explain. So you could make it a text now. And please explain clearly your response in question 1. Okay? And you're making this, it's required. So you're going to say they can't press submit without answering that. So you can make it mandatory. So they have to answer that. And we know it's a long question, so a long answer. So we give them more characters to type in. What you will also notice is that I'm going to click back on this one, and you see this box, it says media. So you can, to jazz up your thing, you can add an image. So I'm just going to search on Bing. I'm going to search church services. And for this comes in handy when you're doing a quiz for children and you want it to be interactive, you want them to be, a part of it.
So you get all these images. I'm going to choose that one and I'm going to add it. So now that is added to the questionnaire. When it's, yes, so you have that. And you can do that. So if, for example, your questionnaire was about me, I know that that's one of the Pathfinders, they do my world, they do about me. So you could get a picture of a child and it could be annotated. So it could be, you could annotate it, get one that's annotated with characteristics, with the keywords that you want them to talk about. So when they look at this, they see the picture and all the aspects. Okay, on here it has themes. So I'm going to, you can choose a theme and you notice it has the block colors, or it has a template that you can choose. So I'm going to choose this one for the theme. So you see that is now the theme of just a color, just a theme. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, let us go down. Okay, so we have done that. You know it has an asterisk there because I'm saying it is mandatory. So the next thing is I'm going to, right, so we're going to, and this allows me to add new. Go over. I don't know why it isn't allowing me to add another. I wanted to, oh yeah. So we're going to do NPS, so Net Promoter Score. So this one, you can use it for just a poll. Suppose you just wanted one question and you wanted to send this one, how likely are you to recommend us to a friend or colleague? And it's just a number, right? So not likely would be 0. And so that would be a quick one if you wanted to do like, just 1 minute. And we're saying that is required. So that is your NPS. Okay, I'm just going through the different choices that you have on here. Okay, I'm going to section my questionnaire. And sectioning means that for this section, I'm going to decide what this section is going to be called. So this, I could say I'm going to call this.
Sorry, can you go back to choice? Let me see what the choices are again.
For which one? For which one?
When you're doing now, when you're choosing the choice, when you're looking at choices, what choices does it give? Can it be any choice? Can it be like drop-down boxes, things like that?
Yes. It's not gonna be so. Okay, let's go to.
Yeah.
So is it that one you wanted to see again? So that one, if I click on that, so the multiple choice, so you see it's just an option and you can add as many options as you like. The other thing for quizzes is you can add the answer.
Yes,
so it marks it for you. So if you put the only drawback is, for me, this one, it needs to be like if it's a long, you know how sometimes the answer is a sentence and the students can write the sentence in any way. Whatever you put as the answer has to be the exact way the student answers it. So for me, the best way to do this, if you're going to use this to mark it, is if you give them a sentence and it has to be just one possible answer.
Right.
So, for example, the girl ate an apple, and your question is, what is the verb in that sentence? So they would, the verb has to be ate. So they would have to say that. If they put anything else, so then this will mark it for you because you put the answer in, and it's just, so how you word the answer that you want them to write has to be exactly how they write it, or this system will mark it as wrong. Yeah?
Yes, right, okay.
Yeah. So with the, do you want, so the section, So so that's how they do it, the options. You choose and you can add whatever option that is.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I can look at, so that's the multiple choice. They don't do drop boxes.
Right, okay.
So they have, did I do rating? Yeah, I did the text one, didn't I? I did, so you can see how that looks. And then, of course, this one is the additional things that you can use. You need to remember to click on this drop-down box to see the other options.
The other options, right, right.
Okay, so we have done our questionnaire and we want to send it, we want to share it. So we click on send, and what comes up is the link. So you can copy that link, and I click copy and you can see the message, this link is ready for you to paste. So you can paste it in a document that you want to send out, or you can put it online. You could also click these other links to send it directly to your Facebook account, or directly to your Twitter account, or directly to your email. Now, if this was an organization account, so the account, my work account, gives me additional choices. So I have an option where I can send a link to another member staff to collaborate on something. So you might share a class with someone and you want them to have the responses as well. You want them also to be able to mark the students' work. So what you do is send them that link so they can collaborate with you on that. Now, if you want to share the template, so you've created this and you want other departments to have the same template and then tweak it, you can get a link. So you click get a link to duplicate, and then so others can see it. The link is being generated. You copy this link, you send it to the person, and they can then have, tweak it to how they would like. At this point, do we have any questions?
No.
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 Okay, so that says I'm doing a good job. So great. So it's the interactive bit of it. Talk about what will we use it for. We're going to delve deeper into that. So I need you to come up with ideas now on. And when I say polls, I'm saying, okay, what are you going to use it, the element of polls in your department? Because you're then going to, if we have enough time, going to breakout rooms and try to start to work on a poll for yourself, or a survey for yourself, or a quiz for yourself. So at least we leave here today having started to create something for ourselves. So then when we go onto Microsoft Forms, we have the template already, the questions that we'd like to do. I'm going to try to annotate this. So I'm going to put my text in and answer that question. So for polls, we said we were going to use it as a check-in, to check in. Anything else that we can use? Anything else for polls when you sat there, you thought, okay, I could, maybe to rate or performance, rate a service, maybe. So I'm just thinking aloud how we are going to, and then of course, in the next of it, you're going to choose one of these to create a poll or a survey. To rate a service, okay, what else could we do? Because these are the quick ones, maybe check understanding. It's quick to check understanding. So, and remember, as I said before, explained earlier, with the polls, it's just a quick thing. So like, You know, it shouldn't take them long. You know, it should be like a quick 5-second exercise. So we're saying
what
with
about
our
people's feelings? I don't know. You said check-in. I don't know if that fits in with feelings.
Yeah, feelings. I could make, all right, let's select. So I could say, check in, we could say feelings. So how are you feeling today? That's a good one. That's a nice, I think, a nice one. Any other thoughts on how, because I said 6 ideas, we're at 3. So like brainstorm. Rate a service, rate a product. Could we do it for them to tell us if they enjoyed something as well?
Yeah. Maybe use it for an activity.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, for us, I would say when I was teaching remotely, I would say, give me a thumbs up if if you're okay with what I'm saying. Yeah. So we said to check understanding, to rate.
You can use you can use it to check out as well. You know, when it says check, maybe check understand. So you're checking feelings. So when they come in, you check how are you feeling when you come in, and when you come out is how you check out is how you're feeling. Now that you've come here, you know, and you look at both.
I like that. So I've just said a plenary activity, and I know what that means. Maybe I need to say to
check out.
Check out.
Check in, check out.
Yeah. So after you've had this lesson, and I think, you know, after you've had this service, after you've bought this product, how do you feel about it now? So when you came in, you had all these expectations, and we're going to do a checkout plenary today. So you had all these expectations when you came to the training this morning. How did it deliver at the end? Forms are easy to use if you practice as well. Go ahead, sis.
But that's one, because that's one way of the check-in I'm thinking about is checking on. So you can check in on what happened. Were your expectations met? That's the one check-in. The other check-in is you came in feeling this in this manner, came in feeling bright and breezy, or came in feeling sad and awful. Now that we've done the program, how do you feel now? So I think the check-in can be 2 things. It can be check-in with the program itself, and it's check-in with your feelings.
Right.
I think so. I think that could be another leg that you add to that. I think. Yeah.
Okay. So, this is not for quizzes. This was for polls. So for quizzes now, what can we do for quizzes? Definitely check understanding. You spoke about an evaluative, so evaluation. Definitely. So we are quizzing them, evaluating their understanding, evaluating how their performance as well. What else? So these 2 I'll leave, evaluation and check understanding. What else? Could it be used to get engagement, for engagement as well? You know, sometimes you do a pop quiz. You say, okay, today we're looking at this, and you want to get them really interested, and you do a little brain gym or a little quiz to really get them, their brains buzzing and get them engaged. So they're saying, oh, I saw that in the quiz, miss. I didn't understand that. Can you explain that? So they get really engaged before you begin.
Yeah.
What else can we use it for in terms of quizzes?
I would keep checking, you know, sister. I'll keep the word check-in. I would make that be the sixth one, you know.
So
because
keep it as a
check-in
check-in.
is a bit different from the check-in I wanted, was different from the evaluation bit there. I'll keep the one that you had there as well, actually.
Which one was there?
I'd undo it and keep that one and then put check-in in the other box.
Right, undo.
So keep, and then put the check, and then that's your sixth one. Because they're asking for different things, and put the check-in there with the feelings. Because they're asking for different
things. Lovely.
Things. Yes, they are.
And what I'll do, I will save this because it's not going to save on here because this is not an interactive whiteboard. So it will just, So I will save it. Okay, so, and I think for the survey, it's going to be the same. Okay, so now we're going to be planning. I would like you now to choose one. Are you going to do a quiz, a poll, or are you going to do a survey? And what are you going to focus on? So I'm going to go to the whiteboard and just put the task that I would like you to do. We have about 10 minutes. So that's what we said we were going to use it for at the beginning. And what I'm going to do, if I make this bigger, it fills the board. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, so we're now going to the task that we're going to do, a mini task. First of all, I would like you to choose a form that you would like to do. You need to think about the purpose. And you also need to think about your audience. It's always good. You know, we talk about path, purpose, audience, and the form that it's going to take. Or purpose, what is it, the purpose you want to achieve? Is it going to be, that's going to be linked. It's, you know, to check as we went through that exercise just now. If it's going to be evaluative, if it's going to be checking, is it going to be whatever the purpose is going to inform you how you're going to create this form. So purpose and your audience, is it for children or is it going to be, and I was saying this morning, my children, my students who year 7, 11-year-olds, they're able to complete this on their own. You know, I give them the link. All they need is a device. I give them the link. I instruct them. Here's your link. Click on it. And they're able to sit and complete it. So it's not something difficult. You know, once you've given, they have a device, they have access to the internet, and you give them clear instructions, they'll be able to do that. So don't worry that this is something that they will not be able to achieve. So please choose your form that you'd like to do. Is it a poll, a quiz, or a survey? Think about your purpose, think about your audience, and I would like you to plan at least 5 questions using the different things. So you're going to use a liquid. You're going to use the NPS, multiple choice, and you're also going to use text. So your long answer, so they can explain something as well. I don't know how you'd like to do that. If you'd like to buddy up, but then it would be 3, wouldn't it? Or, yeah. So you decide if you wanted to work with someone or you wanted to do this individually and then feedback.
wouldn't mind working with, or if, you know, with somebody.
Okay, well, but I think everyone is doing, I don't know.
Sophie, I don't have a Hotmail account. As you said, we need to get one.
Yes, you're gonna have to just get a Hotmail, and it's easy. I for DrTeacher Mom, because I have a Gmail account for DrTeacher Mom, and then I just opened one like yesterday. So it's just easy. It doesn't even require, you know how Gmail require you to do all those checks. Hotmail is easy. Just, you know, open one. It's gonna take you a minute. So you can do that now, to just open a Hotmail account, and then you'll have access to your Microsoft Forms, because you have to have an account in order to have this. But you could think about the questions now. So you could work with someone. They say iron sharpened iron, don't they? And two heads are better than one. So it would be nice to work with someone, or if you want us to work as a group, that's fine as well. So you think about what you want to do and bounce off the ideas, and we could fine-tune the questions, because that's what we're doing now, fine-tuning the questions. So when you start to work on them, you already have your template, your draft, so you can just quickly type it in. And remember, if you do one and you want me to check it or have a look at it or give you feedback, please don't hesitate. Just send it to me. I'll have a look at it if you would like that before you send it out to your departments or whatever purpose you're going to be using it for. Yes, so if you
now I'm looking at it, I'm wondering, how can this help me with the treasury? With the income outcomes are for the church?
Because you could do it as for that one, because when you put in you see when you get the response. So explain a little further. Explain a little in more depth.
You know, like each department, they have their own income, or their budget. And whenever they ask or request money, sorry, my background is noisy because I'm in the wholesale, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
For when department asking for money or when money's been given to the department, how would I put those information on?
Okay, so you could have a Microsoft form, right? Where they have to complete that if they're requesting the money, whatever they're requesting. What would happen is, so when you send that to all departments, so you say, for example, this is what the form you have to complete. So when you get the responses, you can make it into an Excel document. You can transfer the information as an Excel document. So all of that. So the date that you'd have a column for date, they would have to put the date in, and you'd have that. So when you make it as an Excel, it would be there with all the departments when they ask for the request, what time, and the date. Is that what you're?
Oh, okay. Let me forget that the treasury one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me forget that treasury one for now, Sophie. But for business purposes, is the one that I would mostly, now that I see what you're doing and understanding more, I can see where my business can benefit from this. But Sophie, it seems like I'd have to call you back because it's noisy and I cannot really concentrate.
All right.
But okay.
So you've seen the training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now I realize what it is. I can see where it can help me business-wise. So, but let me call you back where I can concentrate better.
Yeah, because you're multitasking.
Yes. All right then. Okay. But I will still listen in, but I will ask you a question later.
Okay, that's fine.
All right,
that's fine.
Yes,
we can do a follow-up, not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it can be used because then you'd have all of that on, you know, a spreadsheet. So for example, the first survey sent out, I have all of that on a spreadsheet, and I can collect all my spreadsheet. I can present it in a meeting. Yeah. But even saying that, I find that even a basic account allows you, you know, I spoke on my previous training about Padlets and the Mentimeter. And I just use basic accounts. I'm not paying, because you can still get a lot from these basic accounts. You know, Zoom, having a basic account, you can still get so much from it. Because, you know, once you utilize it. So, right. So have we thought about, because I'm
actually trying to create something here. I don't know if you want to
yeah, go ahead, share.
So can I share from?
Okay, so you want to share what you've done?
Yes.
I'm going to make you. All right, let me stop sharing, and then I'm going to make you this is sharing. I'll make you a co-host, and then you can share.
So I thought it doesn't make sense that I do anything else but what I want, and then you can tell me what you right.
Yeah, so you're a co-host.
This is what I have. So it's the Sabbath school registration, superintendent or teacher.
Okay.
And I've got the tick the classes. And then here it's looking at the attendance.
Right. So is that an image that you're putting, or is it a media file that you've uploaded?
No, it's just an image it should have been an image of attendance, but I just put that one there for now.
There is a way to include files as well. So if you had a list of the names on Excel.
Right. So that is what I'm thinking. So instead of, I could put here a list of, right. So I've got here, and I'm thinking I could actually add a drop-down box. I'm thinking I've already chosen drop-down boxes. And when they go on to that, Danielle, the drop-down box comes up with the list of their names, and they just tick them off like that. I don't know if
you could do that. I think, yes. I think, but you'd have to make it as...
Let me take that out.
Yeah, if you just delete that and do a new one, you see the delete box at the top. Yeah, and just do a new. And let's see how we could do that. Click on.
What is branching? What is branching?
Branching is when you say, if you answer a question, if you answer yes, you send them to this question 4. If you answer no, you send them to question 6, for example. So you branch them up.
Right,
you know when you are.
So couldn't I branch this? Couldn't I say, for Daniel, go to question 4?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Branch it. Branch number 2. So for number 2, if they tick Daniel, they would go to question 4 or question 3, and you'd have all the attendees in Daniel.
Right. So I branch it.
Add branching.
Branching.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! Yeah. Yes, I saw this. Right. So what I need to do then is I'm going to need to add the other files in, don't I?
Yeah, before you can do the branching.
Yes, so I need to, so what I could do now is add sections, couldn't I?
And then they would have the names of the
sections that they could branch to.
Yeah, and the names of the sections would have each of the attendants.
Daniel attendees, yeah? Daniel class names, yeah?
Yeah.
So Daniel class names, right.
You do it as a multiple choice, and have all the members there, and then they would just take, because then it would be easy, wouldn't it? That would be an easy way to do it.
You see, right? So I'd go.
When you click on multiple answers, multiple answers. That's it. This is saying they can tick multiple answers. I just saw that, and they're saying there's a way. It's right before our eyes.
So how do I do the multiple?
No, but just put all your goods. You see, when you said Daniel class names, you're gonna list all the names in the class
in this,
and
in
then
this
the
section.
teacher.
Let me just.
Because you've clicked multiple answers, it means that the teacher can click multiple. So they can click all the names that's there. They don't only have to click one. And you can try doing it, and you're going to see it allows you to click more than one name. So do it now. Click Peter, Jack, and see if it allows you to do that.
But do I need to publish it before let me see the preview. Let me preview it. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it does.
We got it. So you need to make a note of that. If you want them to do more than one, just click multiple answers.
And then I can... Okay, this is what I'm going to do now.
So all you need to do is do the branching.
That's what I was thinking. So let me do. What did I do? So choice. Oh, hang on. I'll just duplicate this. Duplicate. Right. I duplicated correctly.
Yes, you have.
Duplicate.
And how many classes do you have? 3 or 4?
4 classes.
So just duplicate it 2 more times.
Duplicate, and then I'm going to go to branching. I'm just going to branch it now. No, hang on. Yeah, branching. Well, let me, first of all, I need to.
You need to know the numbers.
3. Yeah. Yeah, go back up now and branch it. Right, so add branching.
So for Daniel, you go to, number 3. For Isaiah 5. No, where's 4? Sorry, 4. You're going to just change the name.
Yeah.
Samuel 5.
I'm just checking.
And
let me
Elijah
see. Right. Okay, so let me.
And you know what? The good thing about this is it's saving as you go. So you don't have to worry about, I'm going to lose anything. It is saving it as you go.
So why is it asking me to go back?
Because you branched it, you're going to have to go back.
Right, okay, right. So let me preview now. I'm going to send this to you.
But you're not finished. Finish the names and then.
No, I just want to do the just want to preview to see what it looks like, and then oopsie daisy. Okay. Let me see. Jill, right, and I'm in Daniel class. Oh, sorry. Right, okay. Submit. But right.
And you see, it's not going to submit because you have made it mandatory. You've required all of the others to do.
Right.
And what I like about training, when you can apply stuff yourself, I love that. I like when we do a training and then you can apply it.
But that's what I came for. I'm not come for no other reason. I come for get the thing, something done.
Okay, madam.
Sorry, but me not come for no other reason. That's what I come for. So I want to apply, I want to do it straight away. Right. And then Right, and then I preview this now, yeah? This is what I love about this. So I'm gonna put, I should send it to you, shouldn't I?
Yeah, but you have to send the link. Yes, you want to send it?
And then you can, and can I put it in the chat?
No, because, oh yes, you can. Yeah, put it in the chat.
And then you all can do it for me, and then
yeah, put it in the chat.
Right, okay, so.
And then we're going to close soon.
Oh, okay, right, okay. I think, let me do it this way first then. So, oh, it works. Elijah comes up. And if I do Daniel, Daniel comes up.
Yeah. Because that's what you want, isn't it? Do you branch all of them? Yeah.
So, right, so, all right. So there's something wrong because when I do Isaiah, all of them come up. So I'm going to work on that.
Maybe you did a branch. Look back at your branches. Yeah. Because the others are done properly.
The others so it must
be something when you did. If you go back to the branch, are you going to put a theme on it? Well, I guess you can iron that out.
We can, yeah, because you're so finish anyways. I can iron out the themes. Fantastic. Stop sharing. Brilliant.
Yeah. Sister Marianne, I know that you're busy. You're multitasking, so I know that's why we haven't heard from you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put this form in the chat for you to complete. So we're going to actually practice what we just it is a poll, just a quick short poll. I'm going to share it and send the link to the chat. So you can just click, as I said, it's going to,
give me a little bit. Let me clean up.
Okay, I'm gonna, it's not allowing me to copy it. I'm gonna have to, that's what's gonna come up. But what I'm going to do, stop sharing and, does it allow me to? I thought it would allow me to.
It's not in the chat yet.
No, I haven't copied it yet. I'm trying to copy it. It's not allowing me to copy it. You know, it's coming up, but it doesn't allow me to. I thought I could just copy it from here,
right?
But I can't. I'm gonna have to copy it from the.
Why didn't you just put a poll on it on the system itself? You know, like you do with the other one, just. Where it says reactions.
I could have done that, but because I want to get the feedback, you know, that one.
Right. Okay,
it's not like I have no way of like.
Right. Okay.
So this one, if you just click on it and complete it, please.
Yeah.
It's now in the chat.
Cool.
And just for those watching, I'll share what we're doing so you don't feel left out. Yes, session, the Microsoft training, Microsoft Forms training on the 10th of April. And the question is, what do you think of the training today? And it's just smiley faces. So it's like really quick. Just click on which face that applies. Thank you. And that is it. Well, thank you guys for attending and for being really interactive.
Yeah. At least people can go back and look at it, can't they?
Yeah, I'm recording it. So yeah.